My name is Sara Grace Lawrence. Well, Dr. Sara Grace Lawrence Lewis. I have 2 kids. One, my firstborn, Zachary. He's 13 years old, going to be 14. And my secondborn, my baby, Caris, who is 10 and a half months now. So I'm an obstetrician and gynecologist. And lucky for me, I get to witness the miracle of childbirth every single day. And I get to partner with God in that. So it's really a privilege. How I get to balance that with being a mom now? Well, my son has been with me through it all. He was born the Saturday before I started med school, the Tuesday. So he's been with me through the entire med school process, through being an intern, finishing residency, and now being a consultant. So he understands, how it goes. I mean, when I finally finished, he was just like, so no more studying, no more leaving me. And I'm like, well, the leaving me part never ends. But I make them very involved in the process as much as I can, especially Zachary, because he would understand a bit more, explaining to him what I do, explaining to him the babies that are born. He gets excited, share with him when I have, not so good news, counsel him. So he feels an integral part of the process. So having a blended family is a very special dynamic. So I have Zachary, and Zachary's dad has his family, and then now I'm married, I have a daughter, so we have our family. Zachary lives with me, but everything is just so wrapped up in love, and that is how we keep that dynamic working. Let me tell you about my village. Nothing would be possible without my village. I would not be seated here if it was not for my village. When I had Zachary, as I said, I had med school and so many other things ahead of me if I didn't have my mother. I have 2 mummies, my biological mother and my other mother, Dell, who has been at my home, my family home from before I was born, who just literally took on taking care of him so I can focus on school and focus on everything else that I need to do and just create a exceptional balance in my life that I can't. No, I don't even know where the tears coming from, but I really could not have done anything without them. Separate and apart from those persons who are in my home, I have praying aunties and godmummies and so many people who are constantly bearing me up, bearing Zachary up. And my dad, he's not physically in Jamaica, but he's always video calling and checking in. So, that emotional support, that love is really what pushed me through. And I'm forever indebted to them, and I'm forever grateful for my village. The biggest thing I've learned about myself, it's actually a recent revelation, and it's a very vulnerable place that I was put in. So when Caris was born, Caris was actually ill and had to be admitted, and I did everything I was supposed to do. The vitamins, I did this, I did that, in my own strength. But this condition, it came out of left field. And it forced me to be in a place where I am continuously committing my children to God, because it made me say, listen, I don't have anything in my control at all. And though a mother is I play a very specific and special role, God is in control of all of that. I love my children, but God loved them more. So I was put in a position to say, God is like, and it was a faith step for me, because in everything, and I think even launching out in my business and everything, God is like, you have to let it go and give it to me, because I'm in control of it. So that lesson was eye-opening, and something I think will catapult me into this new season of my life. The shatter, because I thought my faith buck, nothing can shake me, but God just broke that ceiling, and now I'm in a different dimension and relationship with him because of what I had to face as a mother. It's so hard to give a one word to a mother, because we are all facing totally different things, totally different situations. But one thing that goes across the board for all of us is that we have a little life that God has entrusted to us, and that is a big deal, right? It may be overwhelming. It may be stressful sometimes. Sometimes you probably want to go home and sneak up in the room and calm, and that's okay, you're a human too. But you need to wake up in the presence of mind every morning, knowing that you are honored to sit and be in this role as a mother. And though sometimes you may not feel it, you have to put on the best for your child, because they deserve it. The way I go about doing that is really pulling that strength from God. Because if I stand in my human nature, I am tired all the time, I'm frustrated sometimes. Zachary probably just, when him see me hear my car coming up, him probably just get nervous because I don't want to wash the dishes, why do this? But sometimes I have to just center myself in the car and say, okay, my words are very powerful. I have to constantly go in there and affirm him and build him up and speak into his life, speak into your children's life, manifest things about them, around them, pray with them, have devotion with them, pray over them. Most of the times I can wake up and olive oil all over him just confused. But that is how I fight my battles. So no matter what the battle is, that's how I fight it. And that would be my encouragement for any mother out there.